By the way, if you see a little advertisement at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of the video, please do not skip it. By doing that, you're helping me a lot. Come on, guys, it's just a few seconds of your life, and it will really make a difference for me. I'm counting on all of you. Enjoy the interview.
Maybe we're not supposed to do this interview for some reason.
Fuck off! Let's do it. Oh my God!
All right. So it's recording already, so no problem. So, all right, let's talk about the new Blood Hunter album. It's called "Knowledge Was the Prize," right? So let's try to do this more interesting. So let's imagine we're in a record store, so you can sell me the record. Knowledge was a prize. So go ahead, Diva.
Okay, so sorry for this, but your question got missed because you got freezed.
Oh, okay. So I said, let's try to do this more interesting. Let's pretend we're in a record store. So you have to sell me the record. Knowledge was a prize. So go ahead.
Okay, easy. So if you like melodic death metal, the most powerful guitar licks and the heavier shredding in the world mixed with smashing drums and raspy voices, growls, screams, all mixed up, then you have a lot of groove, and then you have Blood Hunter and this album that it's like going one step farther. Everything it's much more technical for this new record, and we have 3 guests for this one. Maybe one of them people doesn't know him so much because it's a Spanish guy called Raúl Plaza, which is an amazing musician, and it's a bass player now for Celtian, a band from here in Spain. And then we have Rosalía Zairem from Therion, which is an amazing and outstanding musician, singer, woman, and the legend himself, Ripper Owens, well known as being the vocalist for Judas Priest, Beyond Fear, and now KK's Priest.
Mm-hmm. And Yngwie Malmsteen as well, remember?
Yeah, Yngwie Malmsteen too. Mm-hmm. Indeed, the first time that I saw Yngwie Malmsteen live, it was with him. So it's like, nice. Yeah, the universe was talking to us.
Full circle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So why the album is called Knowledge Was a Prize? Sounds kind of spooky.
Yeah, I mean, these last years, it's been difficult for everyone, you know. It's like with this pandemic situation, now the war, economical crisis worldwide, it's been super difficult for most part of people. And sometimes you need to overcome these hard situations just to learn not to complain too much, to try to stay positive. And it's a pity that we cannot see that before going to the dark side, you know. Because sometimes it's like, okay, I just don't want to do anything else. I give up. And it's like, come on, life is beautiful. We have to go through a lot of shit, but we live amazing stuff too. So we deserve to try, give it a try, and just enjoy what we have ahead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is the 3rd album for Blood Hunter, right? So how can you describe the evolution of the band's sound so far?
Okay, for the first one, we were super young with a lot of ideas coming, you know, but it's like super difficult to get focused on what you want to show to the people beyond just a tag like death metal or black metal or heavy metal. So we just tried to record the songs as we felt that it could fit with our own idea of the kind of music that we wanted to play. And we didn't pay attention to other stuff like the artwork, for example, or other kind of things that you need to take care of. And then for the second album, we changed the production completely, the mastering, the mixing. We work with different people. We chose a different artist for the artwork. We try to do things like a bit different from the first one. For this 3rd album, we try to do everything different. Like we had a different drummer. In addition, we have a second guitar player, which is an amazing musician, Guillermo. That is also a guitar player. So both of them, the drummer and the new guitar player, added a lot of different influences from all the music genres. You have like the bulería pattern in one of the riffs of the songs, stuff that we never could make it without them. And also for the artwork, we work with pictures this time, and with Gustavo Sates, which is an amazing graphic designer that have worked with Amaranth, Firewind, tons of bands that we love. And we try to be like it's not a concept exactly for this album, but we work around one idea. That was this one about knowledge was a prize, that is supposed to speak about all the bad things that we need to overcome just to realize how lucky we are and how we can do things differently if we just try to get focused on the positive things.
Yeah, I agree. So in the YouTube comment section and social media, a lot of people say that you sound really close to Angela Gossow, the former singer from Arch Enemy. So would you say that she's one of your main influences as a singer?
Of course, she was one of the first that I could see live singing in this register, and for me it was like a huge impact. The first time that I listened to Arch Enemy, because Danny, our guitar player and founder member, recommended me the band. I was not introduced at all to the extreme metal at that time. It was like, what the fuck is that? This is a man yelling, or what was that? And then it took
I was like that as well.
some time. Yeah, in the beginning, now I understand why people that is not used to listen to extreme metal, it's like, oof, this is too much for me. You need like to take some time to get used to it. And that happened to me with Angela and with many bands and singers from this music style. So she was one of the first, or the first, I think, that I saw like in a live show. And that was amazing for me, because you can hear something in an album, like, and that it's the magic of the studio, that sometimes production helps a bit and makes things working a bit different. But when you have someone in front of you screaming like that, it's like, wow, this is the thing that I want to do. Like, wow.
And when was that? What year?
I think it was like something like 2000, probably 11 or 2008. 2008, I'm not sure, because it was like many years ago, but I think it was much before than the Chaos Legions. It was like sooner than that. She was indeed
okay.
full time in the band, and wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, me too. I got the chance to see Arch Enemy live with Angela on vocals back in 2011. That was one of the last tours with her. Fronting the band. So it was amazing. It was like, oh my God, this is actually real. She can sing like that.
Yeah. She can sing like that. Yeah. That's it.
There are no tricks. So besides her, besides Angela Gossow, who else would you consider main influences as a singer, metal singer, right?
I think the first one that I've listened singing in studio was Sabina Klassen from Holy Moses. She has this particular style that no one can reproduce, at all. It's like she just yells, speed the words, and you cannot repeat a single thing that she does. That's all from the heart. It's one of the things that I feel most admiration for in terms of singing, because it's not always about the technique. It's just the vibe that you get around the whole thing. And also Tristeza from Astarte was someone, like a character that that it made me be super interested in the black metal scene of the 90s. And she was like one of the pioneers in the whole thing, one of the first women being attached to the black metal scene. And yeah, she was like the woman that made me want to try to learn to sing properly, to have a band, to work in a project, and to get more involved into the whole scene.
All right, let's talk about the song Never Let It Rest from this new Bloodhunter album. Team Ripper Owens is a guest on this song. You mentioned that before. So I wanted to ask you, how was the writing and recording process for this track? Did you get in a studio together, or did you just do it like by email?
Actually, this song is a super old song of Bloodhunter that Daniel, guitar player and founder member, wrote like many years ago. But for some reason, he always thought that it was too heavy to have the song like a part of one of the albums, you know. And then he decided to make some arrangements, and he thought like maybe we could call someone as a guest, you know, to try something different, to introduce some clean vocals too. Why not? It has not to be you, but maybe someone else singing with you. And I like the idea. He showed me the song, and it was like, okay, this is way more heavier than the other songs. It's not exactly what we do, so this is interesting because it's different. And if we add another vocalist, it's gonna be like very different. So let's give it a try. And he was thinking about some choices with our management agency, and then he said, you know, my dream would be to have Team Ripper Owens with us, because he's a huge fan of Judas Priest, and Ripper Owens is like his favorite singer from always, you know.
Nice.
And yeah, our management agency just said, okay, let's go for it. We just sent him a message, and he agreed on that. He listened to the song, and he immediately answered like, wow, guys, this song is amazing. I really like to work with you. So we started to work from the distance because it was in the middle of the pandemic situation, and he's living in the US, so it was like kind of difficult. Yeah, but for the video clip, he agreed on coming and traveling to Spain. So we spent like the whole day working with him, and that was, you know, like something from other planets. It was fucking great to work with such a legend. He has so many stories to learn, you know, about music, about the Judas Priest days, and Iced Earth too. He has been working with a lot of amazing musicians, and it's been an amazing experience. We are super grateful to have him, and of course, he did an amazing work.
Yeah. And he's really easygoing, right? Because I had the chance to interview him like twice or throughout the years, and he's really cool, really nice guy. Like he's kind of like your friend, like right away.
Yeah, he's super humble, speaking about simple stuff, you know, like a family, any issue. It's like okay, going for a drink with a friend. He's super amazing and super close, and it makes things super easy, you know, because sometimes when you work with such big artists, it's like I don't know, maybe he got offended because of anything that I did wrong or something like that. But no, with him everything was super smoothly, and he was super cool with us.
Awesome. Also for this album, you recorded a Children of Bodom cover, right? I think Bodom After Midnight.
Yeah, After Midnight. Yeah.
So why did you choose that song?
Well, Children of Bodom, it's one of the bands that influenced our generation for sure. They did this thing of mixing like something close to the power metal with screams and growls that nobody else did before, and that's like a huge achievement for the music scene. Like having the balls, you know, to mix these different styles that are super far the one from the other for the true metal fans. You know, it's like complicated when they mix this kind of styles, and they did it, and they did it amazingly well. And of course, for all the guitar players in the world, Alexi Laiho is a super legend, someone that influenced all of us, and we wanted to pay like a tribute to him because of the sad news of some months ago, and also because Danny, again, our guitar player, had the chance to share with him the stage in 2014, I think, in a contest that Alexi organized himself. It was called the 100 Guitars from Hell, So he chose like 100 guitar players from the entire world just to play with him, with Samuel Banham from Law Society, Jaska from Children of Bodom, Archie from Santa Cruz. It was like a huge event in Helsinki. And it's like a dream for him to be there, him playing with him. That was like an amazing experience, and for sure we wanted to pay this tribute to him because it was more than well deserved, of course.
Nice. So are there any plans for Bloodhunter to tour Europe or the States this year?
We were working on that before the pandemic situation started, so all our plans went, to the trash.
Okay.
And also, also because of my entrance, my addition to Nervosa, it was super hard to combine both the schedules. So I am super thankful that the guys in Bloodhunter allowed me to take the time to live the experience during this year with them and getting more focus on the work with Nervosa. But not for this year because we have with Nervosa this Latin American tour that will start in September and will end in November. So we have no time at all to do a tour this year. But for 2023, for sure, we are already working on it. So we have plans for Latin America, for Europe, and we were like super excited about that because it was going to be like a first time. And hopefully for the next year we will do it. So I'm super hard for that.
Maybe some local shows for Bloodhunter this year in Spain, Madrid, or somewhere else.
Yeah, here it's easy, because the guys are also super busy with other projects. They have like 2 or 3 more bands besides Bloodhunter, so it's kind of difficult to
really busy
combine. Yeah, all of us are like
crazy schedule.
Yeah, we like to do different stuff, so
that's great.
Yeah, we need to just try to get focused on this new album and to play this album live for as many people as we can. So yeah, definitely for the next year it's gonna be the time.
All right, great. So since you just mentioned Nervosa and this European tour that you did with Nanu, the new drummer from Argentina, so how is the chemistry with the girls right now with this new addition to the band?
In the beginning, it was like super stressful for all of us because we didn't expect to need a new drummer. Things were amazing. We did like 2 tours in Europe and the US, tons of festivals, another like the second leg of European tour, it was about to be made. And we were like, okay, we are super tired, but let's do it. We need to keep on going. And then Eleni had this health issue, and she needed to follow a treatment. She had some appointments with her doctor and she needed to check up on some things. So she couldn't travel like for many weeks ahead because she needed to stay home to follow the prescriptions and to do the treatment, doing more tests. And that was impossible to combine with the touring life of Nervosa, which is like during all year, it's like going home for 3 years and then you go for another tour, and it's always like that. So we just spoke about it and decided to try to find another person for the job so Eleni could just take their time. And Nanu is an amazing musician that has been always there in social media, super close to the band, so we know about her job. And yeah, it was easy because we just told her, look, we have this problem, we need someone like for now. So you have to learn the entire set list. You have like 2 or 3 weeks and we have to go. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I accept the challenge. And she delivered an amazing job. So yeah, she's a super hardworking girl, and I'm sure that she will achieve huge things in her career because he's only 22 years old.
23
So
actually.
23,
Yeah.
23 now.
She told me that
Um,
today. Yeah, she's really
She
young.
has
Like, oh my God.
entire life, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
If she's playing like this now, imagine in 10 years,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
gonna be
Yeah,
a machine.
I agree. Yeah.
If you like this interview, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share the video with all your friends. Also, very important, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell.